Okay, so with the skip laurel, you did such a good job. I would say prune off the top quarter. It'll stimulate new growth. Next spring, you're going to do compost, a layer of compost, like basically around an inch, and then mulch 2 to 3 inches. I think fertilizing this year would probably be a good idea, just not in the heat. Keep your watering up when it's hot. When it's rainy and cool, you don't need to water extra, okay? I would
and you do the 25% now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I would do the lower branches of this river birch as well as the ones on the other side of the driveway. Just cut them off. And it's normal to have them drop. You have that one over there and you're like, is this normal? Yes, it's normal to have all the branches drop. And it's too bad, but also it's kind of worth it to have them. They grow quickly and they're amazing. But you can go ahead and cut the lower branches off because it's just like, you're not going to want those blocking your way.
Yep.
The hemlocks there have woolly adelgid, which is an insect that eats the sap of the hemlocks, and you either need to treat with a horticultural oil or inject something. I think because they're so close to the house anyway, and you've got the other tree there and this, I will get rid of those ones. I think this one you can decide what you want to do there.
Okay.
These laurels you're going to put on the other side of the house. We decided. With this whole mess in here, you're going to look out for the bittersweet. I think you should get rid of the red raspberry because it just spreads everywhere. I think you should ID things because you have some good native stuff in there. I think you should get rid of the black walnuts that are coming up and the gratuitous Norway maples that are showing up. Like, you have Norway maple everywhere, you're not going to do anything about that, but you don't want the small ones.
Yep.
You're one of those rare cases where, except right here, like you have all of these native things in your grass and then some clover. This is great for insects. And so you can just chill on the mow, and you can do slow mow where you just mow every couple weeks or something like that. And then let the insects have a good time. This view here, you're gonna cut down like we did a couple of these. I think I would have this be like the new height of this thing. You've got some growth in there. It's not prolific. You don't have a ton off the bottom or on the bottom, but I still think it's totally fine to cut this way back. Whereas the one in the front, which doesn't have really anything in it, I will go more slowly. You've got that white snake root plant, which is great. That's a nice native. That's all along the side there. So let that flourish and cut back. Get rid of the things that are going to compete with that, because that's going to, make your life harder.
Is the tip the one that's snake root or the low level?
Like the purpley.
The purpley ones?
Yeah, the purpley. Right.
Got it.
All in there, and see some bittersweet, the things with the curly key.
Yep.
So you want to go in periodically. You could weed whack that area.
Yeah.
Okay. But definitely interrupt the berry production like you did with the buckthorn by cutting it down, and like you're going to do with the burning bush. So all three of those spread by berry.
Got it.
Yeah, so I mean, look at this. You've got.
I thought this was bad. This is all good.
No, this is wood sorrel. Then you've got wild violet. You've got, I don't know the name of this, but I'm sure it's native. And then you've got all this little stuff here. So good stuff. I think you've got like wild strawberry in here. Yeah. This is no good. Morose honeysuckle. Cut and treat this with the littlest bit of herbicide, because you can't dig it out. So be careful of the tree, obviously. But all you're doing is like a little bit of the treatment, which is in the fall. Cut, treat in the fall when the plant is bringing that herbicide down into the roots with the energy. Burning bush. See if you can convince your neighbor to get rid of that.
Okay.
You can offer to help.
Is that also on here? Or no, that's something different.
That's a barberry, another invasive. Also spreads by berry.
Okay.
Here's your poison ivy. Okay, 3 leaves, shiny. It's got the little notch. It's got little red here in the stem. It doesn't have the fuzzy along the outside of the leaf margin, but it's a shapeshifter. Here you're going to try to get your rhododendron in. I think it's okay. The roots are like this high. This, low, whatever. This high, this low, this deep.
There you go.
It's not great in that spot. It's not a great fit. Like if there could be a space where there wasn't as many roots, that would be helpful, but it would probably be fine. I would put some compost in the hole because the soil is probably really bad quality in here. For nutrients, keep watering this. So one of your skip laurels here, I would go this far away from the house, bring the line out, so you don't have to be pruning constantly. I would get rid of this. This is
I kind of want to get rid of all of this.
Yeah,
it
right.
kind of looks kind of overgrown and odd.
Yeah, this is a native plant, but it totally takes over. Spiderwort.
Okay.
Here's your winter creeper. This is invasive in Connecticut and can totally take over also.
Yeah.
Then you've got your eastern redbud tree, which has no business being so close to the house. If you can dig it out, put it along the rock wall about 15 feet away from the trunk of the dogwood.
Yep.
Maybe even a little more. Instead, in this area, I put just perennials here. And like very fun, cheery. Like you've got a sedum. I would do, if this gets a ton of sun, I would do all your like sun perennial things that are really fun. Pollinators like black-eyed Susans and a sedum and some coreopsis and maybe some salvia and maybe some asters, like smooth asters for the end of the season. The sedum. You could even try like some stelladora daylilies or something, you know, so that now you've got some blooms for the whole season. You could try echinacea. I don't know how about the bunnies are here. Okay, but
Yeah, we have a lot of bunnies.
Fill in the whole area there, which would be really pretty. Here's your stelladora lily, actually. I'll tell you to divide that. I mean, it's tiny, but
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that I could really do there.
Okay.
Here, I'm suggesting you bring it down a little bit, like 8 inches to a foot all the way around, because you hardly have any growth inside. You've got a ton of black mulch in there, but no new growth stimulating. If you cut down some, it should stimulate some new growth, and then next spring you go in and you do. I would take basically 50% off of this one in the spring.
Okay.
And let it grow back naturally, see if you like it. Because right now it's just like you have to manage it with a hedge pruner, and it looks like a blob, and it's too close to the thing. Whereas if you manage it as a small shrub, that would be better. We're gonna get rid of these guys.
Yep.
Put dwarf shrubs in front of here. Try like dwarf fothergilla, shrubby cinquefoil, bluebeard. You could do a dwarf inkberry if you wanted some evergreen, but you want to give the AC some clearance. You could also do more perennials slowly over time. This, unfortunately, the arrowwood viburnum, too big for this space. It's great privacy, but it has no meaning here. So I would, for now, I would do what we did on this side and cut it way down. Like take off where I cut here. I would bring everything down this height and consolidate it vertically.
Okay.
So it will grow back, and then when you're ready to take it down, I don't know how you're going to get rid of it because you're digging it out is going to be such a chore.
Yeah.
But you might have to just take it down to the bottom and like
Treat
put
it.
Something like drill holes and put like Epsom salt in there to
Yep.
accelerate the drying out of it, rotting of the stump. Anyway, you're going to take down this guy, which shouldn't be here in the middle of the lawn. You're going to get rid of the common burdock, those weeds there, get rid of the burning bush, and keep the lilac, and try to get the eastern redbud in over there, like I said. And here is where you have mechanical hydrangea, if you can get that out. Other shrubs to be along here, big ones. So you could try like small evergreen trees, like the false cypress gold. You can also try more deciduous shrubs like ninebark, and I said the fothergilla thing over there. You could use the red twig dogwood, red osier, or ivory halo. Those get humongous. Go to space. You have to be careful though, because like an ivory halo gets wide. The red twig you can prune vertically. So
Okay.
you have the sidewalk there. You don't want to take up too much of the lawn.
Yeah.
So I think you're looking for narrow things, basically. Okay? So you're getting rid
And
of
those
this.
grow well here?
Those are all natives,
Yeah.
not the ivory halo. I would get rid of these,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I would get rid of this. This is the one you're going to try to move. I would prune these way down, these
Yeah.
Japanese polys. That one you're going to just cut down, that red bud, unfortunately. And then I would bring these way down too.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you have some gaps to fill, but like these for now, like this isn't super happy. For all the things you're gonna blow down, I would give them compost, slow release fertilizer, and water a lot. Like if you're gonna be pruning, it's fine to prune now, but in the summer, I wouldn't prune late fall when you're doing such dramatic pruning.
Yeah.
Late fall, winter, I would do now, and then I would do, late winter, early spring to get the most vigorous growth. That's when you would do that.
So we don't water these now. What would you water them every other day?
If you're pruning, big pruning,
Which
you're not, I think you're just taking a third off of,
Yeah.
or half off of this. I think it's fine. I think it's going to cool off now anyway. So if it's
Yeah.
just like boiling hot, I would say
just stay on
wait.
top of it.
Just wait until it's 75 or 80,
Yep.
and then stay on top of it. Give it a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple times, let's say.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I would do. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.